Coming to you from beautiful Wilkes County in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, we invite you to the musical world of the Kruger brothers. Sit back, relax, and welcome to the show with your hosts, the Kruger brothers.
There we go.
Here we are. Here I am.
Here I am. I had to turn my phone off. It was ringing while the intro was running.
Who was calling?
But a potential spam. He calls me all the time.
Yeah.
The other day, we were at the concert. Somebody came. I'm potential. And I said, "Wow, I know your last name."
Spam.
Well, this is a special, very special. We didn't want to announce it before because we didn't know it. But we didn't want to announce this special show here tonight because this is for some time. It will be our last Wednesday
regular
live stream.
Yes.
We've been doing these live streams now for quite some time, and it's
been like 180 of them.
Yes,
177.
Yeah.
177. So is this the 178th or is this the 177th?
178th.
178th. So 178 live streams we did, and well, it's been a journey, and we have also you hear that Carolina had a microphone you could hear her loud and clear, and she also has a camera on herself. Can you test it if that works for you?
Sure.
And so you have a face to the voice, and Caroline is working here, so you can also send us some comments that you can read to us or questions,
yeah.
And things. We gotta sort of remember a few of the things that happened to us doing these live streams, and I think we're just gonna play one sort of to get started. Mm-hmm. How about Up 18 North, Uwe?
Up 18 North.
Why
Okay.
not? Because we had so many requests for Up 18 North, and we haven't played it in so long, and.
Alan, you just came up 18 North today, didn't you? Let me turn the reverb.
The reverb
Here
is
we go.
important to the ball. first, we told this maybe a few times, but we were on Europe tour, and we played a number of shows in Switzerland, and we were supposed to play in Bern, and the show got cancelled because of COVID sort of hit Switzerland at the time. And then we played in Zurich the next night, and Zurich was still open. And so then we played in Zurich, and the next morning we were at the airport going to England, and they closed down Zurich on that morning. You know, they said, done. And we flew to England, and we had a concert that night
near Manchester.
Near Manchester.
Huddersfield.
Yes, and so we played all day. We gave workshops. It was a banjo event with the Deerings, you know, and Eagle Music Shop. And there were several hundred people, and we played gave workshops all day, you know, and talked to people. In the evening, we gave concert, and then that night, you know, after midnight, they closed down England.
Almost.
Yeah.
We just made it out.
Made it out. So in the morning, we went to the airport and tried to get to the airplane, and the airplane broke down. We had to stay another night. Yes. And the next morning they closed down England, and we just made it home. And then we had to stay.
But when we got to Washington that evening, there was nobody at the airport, and they didn't even look at our passports, just waved us through. There was like two people at the passport and immigration control, and they just knew who we were, I guess, you know, because the passengers list, and that was probably the easiest entry into America ever.
We ever had, yes, and it was really eerie. And then we were here, and of course we had to all, you know, quarantine and, you know, be away from everybody for a while. And, you know, we all had similar experiences. But then, you know, we realized, wow, our good friend Bill Hughes from Canada, he came and said, this is going to be a long-term thing. You have to prepare yourself, you know, to do something. And then so Uwe looked into the technology, you know, of how we could, you know, develop these live streams, you know, and what we need, you see multiple cameras, which are just, you know, phones, and so, but we need a station, you know, where you can switch these the phone from one phone to another. And then there's a company that makes Sling Studio. So Uwe went online and he bought one, and he called up the guy, you know, he got one, and he got the last one, you know, out of one auto warehouse. And after that was it. Nobody, because everybody was, you know, trying to buy these things.
Every church and every company tried to get something.
So there was
a solution.
There was no way you could get a Sling Studio in any way. And so,
but you know, I also bought a second one for backup, and that's still back there. Never used, you know.
Yes, and we actually, in Wilkesboro, you know, Wilkes Communications, they offered, you know, what was his name?
I can't remember, but Jody organized all that.
Jody Call organized all that, and then of course with the help of the Iceman's, but that's a little later, I think. Why don't we while we're out there? Why don't we watch the clouds roll by?
Watch the clouds roll by. Sure, why not? Yeah. I had to turn on the reverb.
That's important. Yes. We have a friend who had in Switzerland, Melanie. You know, she suggested, you know, 2 years ago, she would make T-shirts that says put the reverb on. Ooh, we put the reverb on.
The clover still glistens with morning dew. His feet are all wet from his old leather shoes. He's been fixing the fence and Cerny this morning. Time for a coffee back home. It's a beautiful day with plenty to do. All is the same and everything's new. Takes off his cap, looks up to the sky, watches the clouds roll by. just ended at the old night cafe. She takes off her apron and calls it a day. I'll see you tomorrow, it's time to go home. She steps out the back door alone. On a Tuesday night in the middle of June, she stops by the roadside to gaze at the moon. Here's up in the distance a whippoorwill cry, watches the clouds roll by. His textbooks are covered with things that he draws, while the teacher expounds about natural laws. He's trying to wipe up all the blue on his hand from the ink of the pen that he wrote. In the last 30 minutes, the words that were said never quite seem to make it inside of his head. He looks up the window, lets his dream fly, watches the clouds roll by. Just passing by, sharing out time for a few precious moments. Then we move on like clouds in the sky. He brushes the leaves off an old mossy stone, spend a few moments with an old friend alone. Sits out on the stump of an old cypress tree and cleans out the bowl of his pipe. Shadows are rushing through fields that lie bare. There's so many stories but no one to share. Takes off his hat, looks up to the sky, watches the clouds roll by. I shouldn't have fixed that coffee before the show.
No, you said keep on going, right?
Yeah,
That's
but
what you meant.
not so fast.
It was up there, yes, it was up there.
Oh.
So how's the interworld doing? Is the interwebs?
asking
How are the? Yes, I'm talking to you, Caroline.
Everyone's sad that we won't be doing the live streams anymore.
Yes, I mean I'm sure we're gonna do occasional streaming kind of things.
Oh yeah.
But it's been Uwe and me have done so many duo shows, over the time because either Jody couldn't come or Joel was occupied or couldn't come, and we've played so much, and we think maybe we're starting to bore you all, but so we were still at 2020 when Uwe and me started coming back to the studio, and Melissa, of course, was here at the time, doing.
But we were all in different rooms for the first few times.
But no, we were together.
Jens,
and so we set up first, in the beginning, we set up right in the middle there, and Uwe had the idea that we do a jam along, so we have a sing along show where we could play, and then people at home could take their instruments and start playing along. And that was actually a fine idea.
Well, one of the first things we did was we fooled the people. You know what we did? We had Joel on remote bass.
Well, the thing was,
now we can give the secret away.
Yes, because we had all these people ask us, how did you do that? That you could play live with Joel? These two shows we did. We did two Dutch shows.
Two videos.
Two tunes actually only. And we said we have a super fast connection to Joel's house, and he can play instantly with us. Of course, that doesn't work. Now there's actually a machine. There's actually a machine that you can plug directly into your phone line, and it goes with light speed, and you can actually do that. But at the time when we did it, that wasn't invented yet. I mean, not for the private people, maybe for the army.
So what we did was different. We recorded.
I recorded the bass. So I made a bass line that I recorded and put on the computer, right? And then with a click, so that boom, 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 with a click. And then Joel would hear that and just play along at home on his phone, right? And we would have him on an iPad between us, and we would have the bass sound actually come from our studio.
Yes,
from our studio. So Joel was never his sound was never going out, and the
little delay was indiscernible,
But the thing was that people believed it, and we fooled them, and they actually people from all over the world wrote us, "What technology are you using that you can play in real time?" And we were always like, "It's a secret, it's a secret." And of course, you're like, "Oh God, why? What have we done?" And what was really funny was, and Joel wouldn't come in for a couple of months. He was
very extremely careful.
Yeah, he was very careful, and he wouldn't come in. And so we said, okay. And then at one point, after half a year later, he said, "Well, I'm coming in, but
when we started the things down in 1915.
Yes, in the summer. We started in 1915. Dale Isom was fantastic with his family. They owned the 1915 and said, we can have the room, the big room, and
their fast internet connection,
and their fast internet connection
because we didn't have
that.
No.
But luckily for us, Jody Carl was working for Björk's Communication, and he gave in the order for us to have 5G up here.
No, fiber optics.
Fiber optics, yes. So, and then they ran it all up the street. It took a few months, and Jody Carl and his dad built this booth back here. The chamber. For Jody to play drums in, and then Joel came back, but he used that room then to play in that room because he was worried he would get COVID from us, so he would be saying separated in that room with the mask on, and in the beginning even he would walk around the studio and come into the back entrance to get into his room, and
it was an adventure.
It was really an adventure. It was really something. And then Joel wouldn't come in anymore. So we said, okay, we will go into the kitchen. So we set up as a duo in the kitchen, and we played.
And Melissa was out here. That was in the second wave, just before.
Yes, it was in the second wave, and Melissa was out here doing what
Caroline's
right now doing. and we were in the kitchen doing duo shows.
And we did it all through November, December, and January.
January, yes,
something
yes,
like that.
yes.
So like.
And Jody came in once, and played percussion.
Krista played with us.
Played once bass, played a show with us. And then slowly, Joel started to come back, and then we arranged a table on the other side here. And then we arranged a table right in front of the glass window. Mm-hmm. And that was the time when Sarah was here. And she did a good job, with the camera. And her son came a few times, and had handheld cameras. Yeah. And Rob would come and help. And so that was that time. And then we finally moved over here. Wow. What a journey. We're the only ones who made a tour in their own studio. Yes. We played a music tour. I know maybe that was boring for you to listen to. But
there's so many of you out there still that hardly ever missed a show. And so we're really thankful for that.
Yes, we are.
Each and every one of you, because it really kept us alive. Gave us a reason to get up on Monday morning and start making a program, rehearsing during the week, and not losing our minds, especially for me. We've been playing concerts constantly since 1973, so when we started out. And just to be at home was just such a different experience. It
really was.
Not to be able to travel and not to be able to go out and see people and everything. It was really a harrowing experience.
Yeah, at some time, we thought if it ever going to come back, but then some of you remember, we went to the town of Wilkesboro and we said we want to give some free concerts on the Carolina Falls stage. Yep. And we did four. We did four. We did four concerts, out there, and in the last one we had 500 people show up. So it was a blast. We had a good time. Anyway,
let's play a little bit of music before we run out of time.
Talking too much. Yeah,
no, that's all right. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Do you have any question? Does anybody have a question or anything?
Not yet, but if anyone has a question they'd like to ask, you can post a comment on Facebook.
Okay, good. Yes, absolutely. What would you like to?
Today we basically working off the program we put together for the last two shows, last Friday in Mountain City and Saturday in Carborough. We did those as a duo because Joel had to go back to California to take care of his brother, and so the organizers were all right with letting us play. And so these are kind of the songs that we did back then last weekend. And by the way, if you're on Facebook and you see this little sign that says Restream, it's just a company that helps us to distribute the feed that we give to the Sling Studio to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So, but we are live in North Carolina right now.
It is live. Yeah.
It is live. So don't mistake that. But so, what do you think? Shall we do? Just a little bluesy tune or something?
Yes, but I can't remember if we just did it or not because we played such much music. So you want to just do it?
Yeah, let's just.
All right.
Yeah, so we just can get a break from talking. I hate to see an evening sun go down. I hate to see that evening sun go down. Oh, my woman did me wrong. I'm gonna leave this town. Feeling tomorrow just like I'm a feeling today. Feeling tomorrow just like I'm a feeling today. I'm gonna pack up my trunk and I'm making my getaway. St. Louis woman with her diamond rings pushes men around with an apron string. And all that perfume and all that store-bought hair. got me down like a rock in the deep sea. Oh, that St. Louis woman made a big fool out of me. St. Louis woman with her diamond rings pushes men around with her apron string, with all that perfume and the store-bought hair. That St. Louis woman, she ain't going nowhere. Oh yeah, got the St. Louis blues, just as blue as I can be. That woman's got me down like Castle Rock and the deep dark sea. Oh, that St. Louis woman made a big fool out of me. That St. Louis woman made a big fool out of me.
I wish I could redo that solo, but it's okay.
Well, I got stiff hands too.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm a little bit sad too. So
Well, yeah, it's been amazing journey. It really has been. You know, and every time, you know, we try to make the sound better. So every time we would come in here, and it depended. You know, we had great guests.
Oh yeah.
Laura Businger was here twice.
Yeah.
We of course, you know,
Kay and her husband were here, and Josh
Josh Gofor. He's gonna be at the academy, of course. You know, teaching again, fiddle.
And Laura's going to teach the climber banjo and some singing. You know, that's going to, yeah.
Well, the academy is going to be quite an event. People coming from pretty much all over the world, you know, to join the academy.
From Australia.
Yeah. I think yes, and we have people from Europe come. You know, actually a banjo player from Switzerland has signed up. You know, how amazing is that? Any news from Cyberland?
We have a few questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with Julianne, who is asking if there are any new projects you can share. What's next for you?
Well, today is the 14th, right?
Yes.
This evening, actually, there's a Christmas special on Fox Greensboro, where we are prominently featured. You know, they came here a few weeks ago, and before we went to Switzerland in October.
Right. That's tonight.
And that's tonight. And so that is going to be out, available tomorrow on their website, and we're going to link it to our Facebook page. I think, you know, we're going to get the link from them.
Right, yes.
And that's a nice thing. I sang those two Christmas songs that we
Uwe sang, you know, December.
Yeah.
And And December, where we have all the children photos, we put together. And the other one was Lights in Our
This is
Village.
the lights in our village.
And I think it turned out real nice.
Night.
Joel played with us, of course. Jody
Jody,
was with us, and we dressed up all nice.
Oh, yeah.
And
I actually wore a
and
suit.
Caroline actually brought some Christmas decoration,
Yeah.
and we decorated back here. It was actually
Yeah.
neat. So that was
It
tonight.
was 97 degrees outside. It
No,
was great.
but that was tonight. That's tonight.
That's tonight. Yes,
Oh,
as far
okay.
as I remember. So
And-
that's one of the next things that we do.
Yes, the next thing really we do is Greensboro Symphony for New Year's Eve, and then we're gonna record.
We've figured out a great program for this. So I mean, and we're going to work with a great orchestra in a great hall with a great conductor. The
It's
conductor's
really
from Texas, right? I think.
fantastic
Yes,
guy.
absolutely wonderful.
Chelsea. I mean, he's
Look
just-
it up on the Greensboro Symphony
Yeah.
website.
It's gonna be amazing. So, and then in January we're actually recording the Moonshine Sonata.
Yes.
With the Contras Quartet. I just spoke to Francois. They're all good to go. And
Now I have to learn it.
now, of course, he can play it.
Want to play a little piece of it?
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to do the Clawhammer tune, or would you like to do the waltz?
Which one?
That
This
one.
one?
Yeah.
Really?
Are
I
you up
can't-
to it, Jens?
I don't know.
No, it's a challenge.
Well, it's a little art. It's a little artsy. Or you want to do the waltz? The other one.
Oh, let's try this.
Let's try this. Okay.
What's the name of this?
It's called A Better World. It's a man that it reflects on a man that's sort of paces through his living room, thinks if he should go out or not because his family is asleep, and he should go to the woods or not. And he thinks,
Tent his
is
still.
it right? Is it not? So
That conundrum.
yes. We should have played it once before. I like this little part.
Yeah, I messed it up the first time around. So.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's okay. But you wanted to play it, so it's okay.
It's on the list.
Yeah. So we have more questions?
We've had a couple requests for a Christmas song, and then Tom gave you quite a challenge. He said, would they trade instruments and play a song? Well done, Tom.
Okay, get up.
I'm going to sit over there. And
I'm going to play over there. Yeah, what would we play if we would do that? A Christmas song. Okay, we had a request for a Christmas song. I play banjo. Let's see. I don't have a cape. I can't use this cape. Let's see.
Last Christmas we had Cindy Bokum here to sing the Christmas songs with us. Wasn't that nice?
Oh, Cindy Bokum, wasn't she great to have? Her? She was with us also in the 1915.
Yeah.
And she's just such a good sport.
Oh, that's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, and
they just had a big Christmas show with the over in Maryville. You know, at the it was a big thing.
Yeah,
a really big thing. So that. Her, Daly and Vincent, with her, now those are the Christmas singers.
These are the professional Christmas singers. But let's do lights.
Yeah, reverb. Let's see if I can remember all the words. Lights in our village are dim for the night. The valley lies quiet and still. We're sitting and waiting till we hear the call of the bells from the church on the hill. We put on our boots and our coats and our gloves, step out in the cold and the snow, carefully tread and try not to slip, to keep our lanterns aglow. Carefully tread and try not to slip, to keep our lanterns aglow. lights of our candles shine bright to the night. They show us the way through the night. Hand in hand, we're singing along to the tunes of an old Christmas song. The moon and the stars shine so bright in the sky. Lanterns glow humbly below. From near and far, all the shimmering lights thank the child for salvation and love. From near and far, all the shimmering lights thank the child for salvation and love. A little tune.
Yeah, and for the instrument swap, I don't think it's a very good idea. I mean, Uwe plays some really interesting sounding banjo.
That's very, it's really nicely put.
No, the thing is, when we split up, Uwe and me split up once because I wanted to go to America and Uwe had a country band, but then there was a few gigs that he wanted to do, and they hired them as bluegrass band, and Uwe, nobody there didn't have a banjo player, so Uwe said, okay, I'm going to play banjo. So Uwe had a Kruger banjo, and it wasn't a bad banjo actually, and he strapped it on. Uwe knew how to handle finger picks, and he went for it. And actually, people came from far and near to hear Uwe play the banjo, and so. And then later, somebody came. Oh, you also play banjo? I thought your brother played. So that was. And then later, we always made the joke. I said, people said, "Why did you learn to play the banjo?" I said, "My brother taught me."
But it was funny because when we started out, I had finger picks. I had these old Dunlop brass picks because I really loved the sound of that. On that.
We didn't have anything else.
That was
the only thing that was available.
But I somehow knew that this was used. They were available in the music store. And you played the 4-string banjo. And you played with a pick.
Yes, I know. But there was John B. McCarthy. He played with finger picks, and he gave you a set of finger picks. Right. He gave you a set of Dunlop finger picks. And you know what? John B. McCarthy played with 4 fingers. Like you play classical guitar, and he would put a finger pick on his ring finger as well. And then Uwe learned how to finger pick, with the finger picks, and it was really loud. And I played tenor banjo with a pick. Then I got a 5-string banjo, and then Uwe.
And then Jens gave me his pick, and I gave him my finger picks. And we sort of never switched back.
That's it, same finger picks.
Yeah, same pick.
You know that in all the 180 shows, almost 170, I don't know, if you count the shows that we did, before the actual show started as show numbers of we did more than 180 because, we did.
And then we also did 36 cooking shows.
It's 37. 37, that is. And 37 cooking shows. And
I'm still trying to lose that weight from those cooking shows.
And Uwe, we never broke a string in any of these shows. Do you know that?
No, it's because everything, all the music was playback. It was never created live on the spot.
Don't say that
now. No, we were lucky. We have good stuff. Our instruments never left us. They made it through all this. Our the Deering company, the Collings people, they took care of us. And one of my guitars needed repair during that time. I just sent it in, got it back a week later. Deering made you a new neck for your banjo, and all the other stuff, the stuff that broke, like our air conditioner here, and then John Buchanan got together with a bunch of our friends, and they financed our new air conditioner so that we would have to.
That was actually Jim Walton's idea, and he approached, and Jim Walton passed away not too long ago. It's just, and all the people we lost during that time, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, it was just crazy.
But like I wanted to say, all the help we kept on getting from people,
Yes,
they
we
helped us.
got so much help.
We had a sponsor for the lights. Somebody gave us $1,000 to buy lights and paraphernalia. Peabody brought his big light stands, the mic stands that we're using here still there from Peabody. He collects stuff like that, and so it was just absolutely amazing the support we had from everybody.
And again, the most important, the moment we realized that we didn't want to continue that long, but the moment we realized that it wasn't about us. People got together in their living room or waited for first it was Friday night and Saturday night, and then we switched because we started to have some shows Friday and Saturday, so we put it to Wednesday. But people got to know each other through the chats. So they were texting each other, and when we were on tour, again this spring and then the summer, some people met each other for the first time at our shows, and flew to even traveled to our concerts, and they hugged each other and they became friends through our live streams. And so we realized, early on, we realized this is not about us. This is about making a little pub where we just sort of play and people let us run while they have a good time together, and they sort of, life is normal. And actually, it was not just for you watching, life was normal. Also for us playing in here was normal. What was not normal is to play without pretty much any reaction. You play into these cameras, but then once the show was over, we would drive home and then we would read the comments, or react to him. I did that for every single show.
But in the beginning we had the applause tracks. Remember that?
Yes. Just because we wanted to make it silly, and funny, and we had first Melissa do it. First Peabody, and Melissa was doing the camera changes, and then we had Sarah, come in to do it, and now we have Caroline. Quite a transition. Caroline is awesome. We love working with Caroline. And now did you ever put the camera on you so people can see you?
I did briefly.
Briefly?
Nobody wants to see me.
I said, no, of course. And all the things we recorded. And we had all these great guests, sing with us. Too bad that we could never had really Maynard with us, in that time. But also, in the beginning we had Melissa. I'm sorry, I'm thinking too many things at once. Melissa, she would make these little Burgermeister videos, scenes, she would, and Jody, of course. Jody was a huge help because
well, a lot of the music that we play couldn't have been done without percussional drums.
Without percussional drums. But Jody said, Jody, said always, I don't want money. I have a job and I want to support you guys, and this is the way I do it. So for until last year, until a year ago, Jody said he didn't want any pay.
And then we insisted on giving him something.
And then we insisted on him, to at least give him the same as Joel. So so that was, and that was, Jody. So we want to really thank Jody, for helping us.
He's doing his doctorate now, and we wish him all the best on that. We hope that we can play with him again when he has a little bit more time after his whole studying phase is over.
We hope so.
Jody's such a wonderful person.
Yeah,
and then we hope that Joel is doing all right and that Norman is doing okay. Joel is over in California taking care of his brother.
It's terrible.
It's not a good thing to do, So yes, I think we should just do one more tune and then say goodbye.
Think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
You think so? The last tune.
The last tune.
The last tune. It's like I don't know. Is there anything else that was a quest? Or?
Everybody's curious who's in the studio.
Okay. We have our good friend Alan Tuft. He drove all the way from Arizona to be with us. Just for this show, actually.
Yes.
And
tell you about it, your youngest fan.
And then we have Jane and Bill Weir are here.
Kai.
And,
Just Kai.
and that's
Sorry.
that's it, right? My good friends Bill and Jane, they've been such great supporters. They're wonderful friends.
And Alan reminded me that his grandson Kai, is 4 years old.
Yes.
And he's a fan of ours. He always wants to hear Kruger Brothers.
Oh.
Now, he's 4 years old and he's already
Spoiled.
ruined.
Yeah, ruined.
The Kruger Brothers, thank you all so much for your support. Thank you. We see you. Wish you a beautiful Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And we hope we see you next year. And we will do some live streams, of course, but not on this regular base. And we stay in touch. If you want to contact us, always write us. We always write back. We always respond.
Mm-hmm.
You all stay well and
Be safe.
Be safe, and thank you for all this beautiful time
That we had
with you. So.
Someday I will see you again. It'll be just like old friends. The time could not change. And then we sit and we silently watch as the sun melts away all the shadows of night. I see you again. Remember, you're my best friend. Hold me dear to your heart. Say so long until we see you again. Remember, you're our best friends. Hold us dear to your hearts.
Y'all take care. We love you. Don't forget that.